What's up guys, Tomasi here, and today I wanted to do a little something different and talk about potential things that could be in Gears of War 4 considering how the Coalition has actually handled this game. Now as you guys know, in Gears of War 3 the only options that we really had for microtransactions were pretty much weapon skins. That was the first installation into the game where you could actually spend real money besides buying the season pass for the DLC, but you can spend real money to get some sort of item that you could play or you could use in game. So in Gears of War 3 you could buy the weapon skin packs and you can actually get a whole weapon skin collection. But now moving forward and how the gaming industry is moving towards the microtransactions, it looks like this is going to be something that is going to be in the Gears of War series from here on out. So that got me thinking that, okay, if they are going to start doing these microtransactions and they're going to start giving us cases that we can buy or weapon skins that we can buy like we had in Gears of War 3, what else would they bring it to the Gears of War franchise? Now, me personally, I don't know. I'm a little hit or miss on this. I understand that this is the way that the gaming industry is going. This is where they're migrating towards microtransactions in game. It's just a part of the scene now. Understand that. So I'm a little back and forth with this, but it'd just be a cool idea to kind of wrap our heads around and see exactly what they might put in the game. So as you guys know, at least for me personally, I know that Call of Duty has added in add-on weapons into their games. Now, I don't know whether or not it's different because it is a first-person shooter and it's not anything like a Gears of War 4. But today I wanted to talk about possible weapons that could be added to Gears of War, which would be a first time ever in the Gears of War series. So basically what I'm thinking about is I found a couple concepts online of potential weapons that could maybe be entered into Gears of War or Gears of War games in the future. So as you guys know, we have some of the Locust weapons and we have the normal COG weapons. So that makes me think, okay, what else could they physically add to the game that might have some sort of background story so they can actually add in maybe a whole DLC drop, maybe a part of the campaign that can introduce these weapons, and then they can implement them into multiplayer. But basically, there's about 6 weapons that I wanted to talk about. And they all are related to the UIR, which if you guys are not sure what the UIR stands for, the UIR stands for Union of Independent Republics, which was actually the army that the COG had versed in the Pendulum Wars before Emergence Day, and we versed the so-called Locust that we are facing now, or aka Swarm. But basically, for everybody else that doesn't know, that doesn't read books or any of that besides just play the Gears of War games, which is me personally, I don't read the background stories, I just play the games. There's a whole dark side to the UIR that we don't even know about. That's something that we barely have ever touched in the Gears of War games. So that makes me think, okay, that would be a perfect opportunity to bring new weapons in based off of stuff that we don't have a complete understanding about. They can build something off it. It's something new to the series, but it's also kind of tied into the Gears of War game and franchise as a whole. So today I wanted to talk about, like I said, 6 weapons, and they all have a counterpart in the COG army or the Locust army. So basically, we already know about the Marksca, which is the sniper. They have 2 additions to it. They have the Marksca that was in Gears of War Judgment, which had the scope and a longer barrel, and then the one that we have now in Gears of War 4 uses iron sights with a short barrel. But basically what I want to talk about is just changing it up and seeing, we had the Bushka that was in Gears of War Judgment, which its counterpart is pretty much the boom shot, because there should be counterparts to every weapon that is in the COG army that should be in the UIR army. So that makes me think, okay, well, what are the main weapons? We have the Lancer, we have the Snub, and we have the Gnasher. Well, I couldn't find anything about the Gnasher, but I'm sure there's something along those lines. But I did find a concept art of what exactly the Lancer could look like in the UIR army. And I also found one that looks like a submachine gun. It kind of actually looks like the Goron pistol that we had in Gears of War 2 and Gears of War 3. But it could possibly be the actual Snub that they used in the UIR army. Also, they do have a look-alike Retro Lancer. Now, I'm not sure, because back in the Pendulum Wars, they used the Retro Lancer in the Cog Army. This could actually have been their assault rifle or their equivalent to the Retro Lancer for the UIR Army. I just think they look sick. Me personally, it would be awesome if they brought something like this where you can just, it has an interchangeable part, so it's not something brand new to the series as a sense as a new weapon completely. It's something that you could swap out. So just like they have the Enforcer and the Hammerburst that you could switch out and use instead of the Lancer, maybe they could throw in a different Lancer like the UIR Lancer, which basically has the same concept as the normal COG Lancer, but it has a little twist on it to make it personal for the UIR. Plus, along with the snub pistol, we can also use the UIR pistol just to give us a little more options on what exactly we can use in our loadout. I think that would be a great idea. If they somehow took all this and put it all together, I think that would be great. Now, what do you guys think, honestly? I mean, I'm a little skeptical on it. I think it'd be a great idea from the outside, but once you implement it into the game, it might have a completely different effect than we really thought. So I think keeping it simple, just changing out the loadout weapons, maybe throwing in a couple power weapons that are equivalent to what is already in the game would be awesome. They also had an LMG. I'm not sure if that would ever be in Gears of War. It might be a heavy weapon, kind of like the Tri-Shot is now. Maybe they can put that in the game. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Make sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think, whether it's a good idea to bring in equivalent weapons that have some sort of background story, like I said with the UIR, or if you think that's a no-go, don't do it. Keep Gears how Gears is, and that we should just stick to our basics and just keep the default weapons that we already have in game. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy or you guys are excited about this kind of concept, and make sure to subscribe for further update videos on Gears of War 4. 3 or 4 bronze players, and then on the other team, they're all Onyx and 1 silver. So it's not very balanced that way. Unfortunately, that has been a problem ever since launch of this game, but now they are finally changing it up. It should be here sooner rather than later. We're not exactly sure on a timetable of when this will be dropping. But the balance...
I'm the new guy on a block now. Saved from the school of hard knocks, boy, you dropped out. I don't see the credentials, I don't see the potential. Every night I'm in my room with a pad and a pencil. Said no to the fuck shit. These days, who knows what trust is? I'm just trying to make...